Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. How's everybody and their families doing? So today, in life issues, which is Abrabo Nsem, we're going to be having an open talk discussion. And the first question up is it a grandmother's responsibility to raise her grandchildren because their mother is incompetent? Like, and the reason why I'm asking this question is that I was browsing through social media and I saw a video of a lady who has three children, and she's been a single mother, I guess, raising her three children, and she has now found a new boo, a new boyfriend, and according to her, the new boyfriend does not want children. So her way of pursuing that relationship is for her to bring her three children to her mother, which is her children's grandmother, and dump her children with their grandmother for their grandmother to take care of them. So the grandmother was like, wait a minute, I cannot be raising your children because I already did my dues by raising you and your siblings. And the lady's response to her mother was that, the mother, which were the kid's grandmother, did not teach her how to be a parent. And she also expressed that being a single parent is not easy, it's very difficult, she can no longer do it, but so she's leaving her children with their grandmother for the grandmother to raise them for her because she's tired of being a mother, and her new boyfriend does not want children, so she no longer wants her children. So my question, to you guys, and everybody's welcome to share their opinion. There's no reason for us to, there's no well, on this platform I don't tolerate, disrespect or insult. If you have any constructive opinion, bring it through. If this is something that, if there's something you disagree of, you can also share your opinion without being disrespectful in some ways. And when it comes to parenting, parenting is not easy for any mother, any father, because we do have single fathers and single mothers, but the moms are more than the fathers. And then you have couples who struggles, raising their children and everything. I mean, there is no manual to tell you how to raise your child. We do have some writers, who has been able to kind of tell their stories and share some of the skills that they have adopted to raise their children. What has helped them and what has not helped them. So it's like through that, we learn new things. But in a household, the best possible way to make motherhood and fatherhood, be more manageable is to build a foundation with structure, consistent structure. Because what the children see, that's what they're going to mimic, right? And if you are a parent and you are inconsistent, that child is going to adapt that inconsistency, and then by the time they reach certain age, I mean, I believe if you allow a child or you allow people to misbehave and display certain behavior up to certain age, especially if they are children up to age 6, 7, and you don't put a nip on it by teaching them better positive coping skills, that becomes a norm for them. So to break that is going to be very stressful, frustrating, difficult, and due to inconsistency, you will not be able to break that cycle. So it becomes a very difficult household for you to manage as a single parent. Um, and sometimes, some single parents do get overwhelmed, and if they do have a family member who lives close by, now the idea is to, like, go and drop my kids off. That family member will help me. Brother Mary, Apomo is saying, thank you very much. Happy Easter to you as well. Happy Easter, everyone. So, like, it makes it difficult for you to be able to, like, figure things out as you go. Now the mom, which is the grandmother, she asked her daughter, so knowing that single parenting is difficult for you, why didn't you think about it after you had one child? But not only did you stop there, you ended up having a second child, then a third child. Now you telling me that because your new boyfriend does not want children, so you want me to raise your children? And she told her mom, she said yes. The mom was like, no, I'm not raising your children. The grandmother sent her grandchildren back into her daughter's car. When the kids went and made themselves comfortable in the car, the mom kicked them out. She asked her children, her three children, to get the heck out. Those kids have no choice. They left the car and the mom took off. She drove away and left her three children with her mother, which is the three children's grandmother. And the grandmother could not believe it. I mean, like, what do you guys think about this? Like, I don't know, like, where this lady is coming from, but how she was talking, you can feel her frustration, the difficulties that she's having. But, like, your children have a father. Where are the fathers? Well, she did express that they left her. Why did they leave her? Is it because of her attitude, her demeanor? Like, what prompted that? Like, to have three children and their dad did not stick around. Sometimes there are good reasons, other times, the relationship does not work out. So the best way for you to walk away. But, like, when we have children, for me, I have three children. I'm capable of taking care of my three children. If there is a fourth one to come along, we might struggle a bit. We can still manage, but it will be very overwhelming. So, knowing this, would I have a fourth child? No. If I'm blessed with a fourth child, would I have that child? Yes. But I'm not going to carry my three children and bring them to my mother and ask my mother to raise my kids, because the time that my husband and I was, having sex, unprotected sex, and conceiving, my mom was not part of that. It's not my mother's responsibility. And mothers don't teach us how to be parents. I mean, sometimes when we struggling in certain area, they can give us advice, how to go about it, what we can do to kind of lessen the challenges, the struggles, the difficulties. But for me to take my kids to my mom and says, well, you didn't teach me how to be a parent, so you raise your children, and the man that I find now does not want children, so I don't want my kids either. Can you imagine? And this all happened in front of the three children. So how does this impact those three children? I mean, my heart goes out to the three children and the grandmother. I mean, can you imagine having a mother and then her saying things in your presence that she no longer wants you guys because of a man? At what point do we draw the line when it comes to our relationships? Like, I mean, there are do's and don'ts, right? We do have some men out there who do not mind when a woman that they are interested in have a child or children. And we do have some women out there who do not mind that the men that they have some attraction to or feelings for have children, have a child or children. But to find someone who tells you straight up that they do not want children, knowing full well that you do have children, and then force you to choose between him and your children, and you end up choosing him over your children. Oh my goodness, that's not the type of person to even entertain, to be in a relationship with. Who in their right mind will prompt a partner to abandon their own children for them? And then, the fact that, I mean, like, everything that this lady did, and I'm going to speak from my perspective now. This is how I feel, and what I'm seeing. The fact that this lady can easily leave her children to go be with a man, that man can already tell that she does not value the most important things in life because of police abanti, because of a man. You leave your children. She cannot be dependent. She cannot be a reliable person. She will not be a loyal person, because when push come to shove, she's going to just leave whomever for her own selfish need. I understand, like, at times, you, as a parent, single parents, I don't know how they do it. I don't. And I have great respect for single parents, because, like, my husband traveled last year. Okay, was it last year? Last 2 years? Last year. My husband traveled last year. And when he went, he went for a month, 4 weeks. It wasn't even 6 weeks or 2 months or 3 months down. It was 4 weeks. Now, when he left, like, normally I would drop off the kids at school, and then he will pick them up after school. And like, when they both get off the same time, because now they go to the same school, they can take the bus home with the older brother with them, with the last born, the girl. But if Nana is have, like, practice for soccer, like the 13-year-old, we haven't trained her to take the bus to come home. So when he left, right, I dropped them off the same routine, after school they take the bus and come home. But, like, with everything, cooking, cleaning, like, it was so overwhelming for me. Like, for 4 weeks it was difficult, and I felt like, because I have been used to having a partner who support me and help me. So it was very difficult for me. And to do it 4 weeks, I almost feel like pulling my hair out. And that gave me some perspective on, how some single parent, how do they do it? Like when the kids go to school, who picks the kids up and bring the kids home? Like, everything falls on you. It wasn't easy. It was very difficult. So like for me to go through that experience, I mean, for someone to do that for years and years or forever is crazy. Hey, brother Obi, me who watch you, Apomuti saying, good to see you. Good morning to you as well. It's good to see you. So it was a lot for me to like have to deal with it. Oh, by the grace, everything is well, and I'm blessed. Happy Easter to you. So it's like for a woman to have 3 children and be single, right? Because the relationship did not work out. And now she has a new boyfriend who does not want children. And for her to easily come and drop her 3 children off to her mother's and refuse to take her 3 children back because she's tired, she needs to a break. She also needs to be able to have a life without those 3 children. Can you imagine? Now I was talking about the emotional and the psychological impact that it will have on her children, because she did all this in front of her children, her 3 children. And it makes you wonder, why would a woman, a mother, do something like, at least I would think, when the kids are not home, you call your mother, you let your mom know this is what's happening. You need time away. You don't know how long it's going to be. Brother Obi, you seen that video, right? It's crazy. I couldn't believe it. I was like, how can a mother do that? I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. Is she for real? And she was for real. She drove off and left her 3 children. Hey, how can a mother do that? And because of police aba, edi a wukodi wo ho keke no, mimi ka ne keke obo no de anya keke manu. It's very important for her, and I hope to God that she does not go and get pregnant again. Sɛ watumi awo mmiɛnsa na wosi wo mma mmiɛnsa no, bɛrima a wakonya no foforɔ no, wɔsi wɔn mpɛ mma nti nkora mmiɛnsa no wɔmpɛ wɔn biem. Wo maame ɛna sese wɔntete wo mma ne mma na maame ankyerɛ wo sɛneɛ yɛtete nkora wabrɛ nti no sese wompɛ nkora ne biem. Ɛyɛ wo maame no asɛdeɛ sɛ ɔbɛtete wo mma. When do you, I mean, to say asɛm a na ɔka no na mente ase o sɛ na gay asɛm a wɔka no n'adwene wɔ hɔ nom deɛ, because the time a wodi wo ho no ɛne mmarima kono na wofa ɔmo na wo ne ɔmo wɔ yi a ɔmo antumi stay around na ɔmo aboa no wantete wo ma no, na kyerɛ sɛ ɔno ɔbaa no mmarima ɔfa ɔmo no ɛnyɛ mmarima a yɛne ɔmo bɔ bra kɔ akyire o. Ne choice of partner no is not on par. That's how I see it. Brother Obi said, I think she is not worthy of a mother. The case needs to be taken away from her. From what the video that I saw, I think say the case, if the grandmother does not hold on to her grandchildren, not social service will take the case away. She's incompetent to take care of those children, because the fact that she didn't care of doing that. I know, right? I mean, I'm so glad. I think that her action is uncalled for, but the fact that she brought the case to her mother, which is the kid's grandmother, no, I think that is a good thing, because you're right, Brother Obi. You so right, because sɛ maame no nkwadaa ne nana no angye nkwadaa no a na sɛ ɔfɔ so wɔn de ne ma na ahwɛ koro obetumi aku nkwadaa no afiri wiase. Wɔyi Susan Smith USA ha sɛ yɛ a wɔyɛ bi okun ne mmarima mmienu esiane sɛ ne mpena twe bi a na wɔde ahyɛ ne tirim sɛ wɔrekɔtwe owie nso na ɔsi tuntumfoɔ bi ɛna akidnap ne mma. Na sɛ wɔadrive ne car kɔhyɛ nsuo mu apue agya nkwadaa no mmienu na nkwadaa no drowning. Can you imagine for Bema? So I said, say, like I think her actions I do not condone because it shows that she's incompetent. Being a mother, she's not a mother material. I mean, like nobody is born to be a mother, but like once you have a child now and become a mother now, even if you don't like, there's no a menu that you go there and say, okay, how to become a parent. It's as you go, you learn, right? And you can also buy books written about motherhood and stuff like that to learn from it, and then you have your own formula, your own style to raise your kids, right? So the fact that she brought the case to her mother, which is the children's grandparents, I think we should thank God for that, because it said like there is a lady, Susan Smith. I'm not sure if she's still in jail or she's out now. She took her two boys' life away by driving into an ocean and then claiming that black men hijack her car and kidnap her children. Like, I don't understand when you have a Brony yen some phone and all the akushe bibini chese before near the and then she was investigated and they find out that she killed her own children for a man. Because the man did not want children. I mean, I don't get it all. If you dating someone who does not want children and you have a child or have children, it's obvious that person, you guys are not compatible. You should not even pursue that relationship. You need to hit the road. Find something else. Find someone else. But because some of us, we look at the outside beauty, that we don't look at the characteristic. Dear, what dreaming? Hi Ray, how you doing? That's my handsome son. So like I yes. You definitely right. You know what? Let me pull that out. Susan Smith. Let me see if she's still in jail or she's out. But like when we talk about incompetent, right? By definition, not having or showing the necessary skills to do something successfully. Unskillful, inadequate, ineffective, deficient, no good, not good enough, wanting, lacking, leaving much to be desired, incapable, unfit, unsuitable. These are some of the similarities in connection to someone who is incompetent. Thank you, Rami, for the stars. Someone who is incompetent. If you cannot raise your child or your children, then stop opening your legs. Because it's like when you have a child, you have to be responsible for your child. As I said, like for my children, it's not my mother's responsibility, it's not my father's, it's not my brother's, it's not my sister's or cousins' responsibility or family members or friends' responsibility to raise my children. I made a decision to open my legs, have sex, have children. So it's my and my husband's responsibility to take care of our children. If my husband and I are no longer together, it's still his responsibility. He needs to help me raise those children. It cannot fall on just me, right? Because we made those kids together. So it's our responsibility. Now, if I dated someone who is irresponsible, incapable, incompetent, and that person get me pregnant and walks away, then I'm responsible for that because I did not make the right decision. I made a poor choices. Now everything falls on me. So it's my responsibility. It's easy for our men to walk away from a pregnancy because they're not the one carrying the child. Women get stuck with the pregnancy because we the one who get pregnant. You cannot take out your baby and put it in your boyfriend or your husband's womb and say, you know what? Since you no longer wants to be with me, you don't even have home, right? That's true. And you take the baby out and put it in the my husband said that you guys don't even have womb, which is true. You can take your baby out and say because you leaving me, carry the child. It's impossible. So when we have sex with our partners, unprotected sex, who gets pregnant? It's us women. Rami, you laughing? It's us women. So our choices matters because if you're going to start dating a guy because he has nice muscles, 8 packs, bam, 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 bam. Hey, Ale, when this guy take off his shirt now, you want to faint. Oh my gosh. Like, and then he's handsome and everything. So it's like you're just looking for the outside, and you men, your police abe, it just stands up because she has big nash, big breasts, and Charlie, and she's like some of you like light skin, right? Because you see light skin as the most beautiful. But hey, me having my caramel skin, oh, I am beautiful. What's up, Bishop? It's good to see you. So, like, when you have this and that, as women, we get stuck with the babies, with the children, because we carry them for 9 months. Some women, they need to be stay in bedridden for 9 months. For me, I am lucky. I worked through 9 months and I was still going. My kids, they didn't even want to come out. They felt so comfortable. Nana Kwesi went over 2 weeks. Mommy, 1 week. They were so comfortable. They didn't want to come out. And I went throughout that whole 9 months. There wasn't a day I call out sick. I worked throughout. Oh, I did not spit. I didn't have morning sickness, nada. None of my pregnancy, no morning sickness for me. It was like, me just, roaming around, having fun, walking around, nothing. So, like, when I see some women, having morning sickness, I feel bad for them because some of them, the first trimester, the second, they still go through some, the whole 9 months, they have to stay in bed. They cannot do anything, they cannot move. So, I cannot say how they feel because for me, I did not go through any of that. And then you have the children, and you go to you carry your children and bring them to your mother, say your mother did not teach you how to be a mother, but did your mom teach you how to have sex? Did your mom teach you how to open your legs? Charlie, no, it's small thing. Some people, the way they talk now, I don't understand. No, I mean, if you're not prepared to be a mother, you shouldn't be having children. Shouldn't be bringing a child to this world because I felt so bad and saddened for these 3 kids. With their mom saying that said she no longer wants them because she has a new boyfriend and the boyfriend does not want children. What are you doing being with that person? What human does not want another human being? That is so wrong, and it's a red flag right there. You cut it off. But no, she was adamant to be with this man. So she abandoned her children. She didn't care how um, her actions affected her children emotionally, psychologically. The only thing she was thinking about is going to chill with this man, having sex, going chill, like moving about with no children blocking her way. Hey, Charlie. Abapa na naraba. Emo akwa abapa mu te saying. I'm just speaking about a video that I saw across social media. I forgot where I even saw it, of this lady. She had three children. She came and dropped her three children to her mother's place, which is the children's grandmother, asking her children's grandmother to raise her children because she has a new boyfriend and the boyfriend does not want no children, so she no longer want her children. And she told her mother that her mother did not teach her how to be a mother but she taught you how to have sex. I asked her, oh, hey, Ale, some of this she needs psychological evaluation. Sometimes, like, I tell you, some people, they will do things that you would think they require psychological, psychosocial evaluation, and they don't need it. They know exactly what they're doing. I think she knows her mother, that no matter what, leaving her children with her mother, with their grandmother will not abandon them, right? So that's why she came and dropped them off, because if she knows otherwise, she will not do that. Even though the grandmother was like hesitant to take her grandchildren, she will still help her daughter raise those three kids, right? For her to go about, I'm hoping to God she doesn't go and get pregnant for the fourth time, and then this guy leaving her, because you just gave your power to this guy. He knows your character now, that whatever he will say, it will go. So it's like, if you do get pregnant, because he doesn't want children, if you do get pregnant, what do you think is going to happen? It's either you're going to have an abortion, or he's going to leave you for another woman, and then you back to the same place you started, right? Hmm. Oh yes, I was going to look at Susan Smith, if she's still in jail. Let me see. Susan Smith. Okay, hold on. Susan Smith. Where is she now? Oh, so she's 50. She's 52 now. Okay. Okay, so Susan Smith is an American woman who was convicted of murdering her two sons, 3-year-old Michael and 14-month-old Alexander, in 1994 by drowning them in a South Carolina lake. The case gained international attention because of Smith's false claim that a black man, before na Bonnie saying, a black man had kidnapped her sons during a carjacking, right? Charlie, no be small thing. So this is what she said, but thank God she was found out. Let me see if she's out. Okay. Hmm. Out. Okay. I'm asking if she okay. So she will be eligible for parole in November of this year, 2024. So 2024, November coming, she will be eligible for parole. So this is where she goes and meet with all the higher ups, in the jail system, and then the victims, family. And I'll gather this will be the father of the two children that she drowned, will come, and plead their case, why she should not be let out. and then her lawyer will plead how she should be let out because she has learned her lesson. She's no longer the same person as she was and stuff. Just for men, you kill your two beautiful children. You and the way she went about it, how can you, like, can you imagine when you taking a bath, right? Or a shower and the water, like, go, it comes, the shower, if the speed is too much now, look how you act, like, you get anxious and you're trying to, like, turn it to make it, more less pressure, right? That, like, and then you just drove your car into a lake. You have the mentality to come out because if you stay in the car, you will lose your life. You left 14-month-old and a 3-year-old in the car, and then you claim a black man uh, carjacked you. Can you imagine this? So it is just crazy, and I hope that they deny her bail, now parole. Yeah, I mean, people like this, they don't deserve to be in the midst of us. Do a whole more because say, oh, why didn't she think? Hmm. Rami, thank you so much. Greetings to you as well. Happy Easter, everybody. Ray, what you up to? One love to you as always, my handsome son. Made them in my home for you see them, Charlie. Oh, what do Rami? Rami, what the adwa baby nedre how? Rami, there's some more. Let me catch up with comment. I know my uncle won't do anything to hurt you. And the case for that, I know, Pa. Bless you, uncle. Mm, no, K is good. He's a good man. He's helpful also. Hi, sis. Listening to phone goes off. Greetings, everybody. Oh, hello, sis. Um, Good to have you, but I want you to be able to conserve some of the your batteries, should in case there's an emergency. So do not watch till the phone goes off. Okay, don't let the phone die. Kay always, tell me about that because sometimes I'll have my phone and it will die on me, which is not good. It's not good at all. But thank you for tuning in. True Talk Padua, baby. Rami, listen, when Kay call me that name, I love it. Okay, don't take that away from me. You brought this here. Eh? Hi, baby girl. What you need? You did you eat ziti too? The ziti? You guys call grandma and thank her, okay? Okay. My husband or Suffolk. Suffolk is at Easter convention. Mm-hmm. You're looking so beautiful, Ajo, baby. Well, thank you. My baby sister did my hair yesterday for me. Oh, I'm loving every bit of it. It's so easy to manage. Very funny human being. Sis, can be more. It's crazy. And when you, some women, when they go open their legs to have children, now they don't complain. But then when they have to do the most work, they complain. Child, if you can raise your children, don't have children. Happy Easter, Wahima. Happy Easter. How can you date a lady with kids and say you don't like children? Oh, Brother Obi, ask again. That's what I don't get. And I said that's the red flag because he knows what he's doing. He's a selfish being. And the mother is as selfish as she could be also and very incompetent. Ah, what person would say, what happened? Ooh. Wow. Is it for women? I'll take it. Oh, you get judgment too? Really, Kay? Okay, we both use it, so give it to me. I'll use it with us both. Ooh, I just got me some sample. So I will buy. I will buy the real one. Kay bought a cologne and they put in some um samples, and it smelled. Ooh, wow! Which one did you use on me? This one? Oh, I see. Okay, you being a distraction. Go away. Okay, being a distraction. Um, so I mean, it doesn't make any sense, right? When you're dating someone and you fully know the person has children, how can you ask the person to choose between you and their children? It's totally wrong. It's a red flag. But apparently, her action shows that she does not care. She doesn't really care because she says she's tired. Being a single parent is not easy. Nobody says it's going to be easy. Even when you have a partner, it's not easy. It's never easy. Parenting is not easy at all. Period. But to be a single person, like, and have multiple kids, man, I don't know how they do it. Mm-mm. It's a whole lot. But she's okay with that dude asking her to choose between him and his children, like someone who came to your life a couple days ago, and your children. I think one of the boys, when he got out from the passenger seat, he looks more like a teenager. So maybe he might be between 13, 16 year old, and she just abandoned them. She didn't care. Ask this again, oh, please, Rami. Sad. Many happy returns, Rami. Okay. Rami says, I have a son all the time. I get scared to get into relationships or Marriage. The reason is because any man to I don't want any man, you forgot the don't. I don't want any man to mistreat my son. I can't take that. I understand completely because like it's crazy. My kids, the way I love my kids, you're not going to ask me to choose between my kids and you. Then you be gone. You be gone. Uh-huh. Do y'all, some of y'all know how, what women go through when they get pregnant? But some women, they really don't. Once they have the child, they pop the child out. Like when you are in labor, you cursing your husband or the child's father, like you no longer going to have sex because you no longer going to have children. Before we know it, the second child appears, and then the third one comes. Like, how did that happen? Like, I don't love you no more. Leave me alone. Why did you do this to me? And then before you know it, another child comes. Hey, some more. Hey. I saying that. May God grant you with all your heart desires. Oh, amen and amen. That's love. Adua bombo elastic baby. Rami, they will when you besides God, my son comes first, most definitely. Rami, why are you laughing? Yeah, when yes, I need and Bema no honor who's within inside. I won't, what's it? It's your fault. I'm here. You did this to me. You did this to me. I no longer want you. I want a divorce. But then once the baby comes out, oh, he's so cute. She's so cute. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm a mother. Oh my goodness, this is so sweet. Honey, I love you so much. Oh gosh. Do you see the difference? This is what happens. But then when we in pain now, they becomes the the devil we know. We want to beat them up, give them all the pain and everything. But we also know, like, when you have some mothers, like, if their child's father does not stick around, becomes a deadbeat or like leave them alone, it drives them crazy. They will put their frustration and um, pain on their child, because we do have some mothers who abuse their own child, their own flesh and blood, because of the pain they going through, or if they felt betrayed by their child's father. Me, I don't know as to how a mother will go from nurturing to become a monster or a nightmare for their children. So I do hope that these three kids, their grandmother support and help them be able to rebuild their life together. And the mom, I hope that the mom will come to her senses and really come and rebuild her relationship with her children, because them children are going to be traumatized, because what child will be happy to hear their mother saying that she no longer wants them? It's going to be very difficult. I mean, some of them, can you imagine when they grow up, them being in a relationship? Some of them will end up being in the same cycle of behavior, relationship, being with someone, making poor choices, having children, abandoning their children, or like, being in an abusive relationship and so forth, not having a father in their life. Some women, they like dating older men because they want a father figure in their life. And some, date older men because they see older men as a responsible um, person. So they wouldn't care if that older person is married, because as long as he's married, he's not going to be bothering them. They will get them whatever it is that they want. So it's a whole lot. Let me do promo. Yes. Excuse me. Hmm. It's crazy. Hmm. Where is it? Where is it? Okay. Take me back, take me back, dear Lord, where I first believed. Okay, so we have Obapa, Sister Aisha Ankara. Sister Aisha does not do programs, but every educative program that I have gone on, Sister Aisha uh, have been supportive, and also like financially and other means, share the program, contribute very well. So we can support Sister Aisha by buying Juice Plus, her Juice Plus natural supplement, to support her. Uh, Anywhere you are, this whole wide world, you can, order Juice Plus for yourself. And then she also sell kitchenware and plate sets, pot sets. You can order that from her. With Sister Aisha, her personality is like incredible, because she's the type of person, she shows genuine love. If you purchase the kitchenware plate sets, and the shipment is more expensive than how much you purchase the merchandise, she will redirect you. Why is my internet running here? I can't pull some things up. She will redirect you to go elsewhere to purchase them. That's the type of person that she is. Brother Isaac Edujenfi, welcome. And also she sells Avon product. With the Avon product, you can you have to live in UK in order to, let's see, in order to purchase the Avon product. Sister Aisha also, like, she works, she has a lot of knowledge with children with disability, the resources that she has in UK. So parents, who have children with disabilities, she does not hesitate to share the knowledge, the resources that she has. She provides that. She does volunteer work. She travels around a lot. So let's support Sister Aisha. Uh, let's support her by DMing her to get all the necessary information. And then we also have our sister Awumrekwa, lunchtime talk. When you go on her Facebook page and YouTube page, lunchtime talk, she does a lot of like life issues, just like what I'm talking about. But she extended to trending issues. She also shares some nuggets. She does counseling. She goes all around. So if you are interested or you need some counselor, you know who to reach out to. You can also listen into some of her pre-recorded programs that she has done and upload to her page and YouTube. Follow her page, Lunchtime Talk, subscribe her YouTube page. Also, we have Sister Sika Educate. She also does some educational programs. She used some of her personal experiences to educate others. Well, I guess herself, things that she has, used as a lesson from her past. So check her out, Sika Educate. Follow her page and then also subscribe her YouTube. I don't understand why this thing is not popping up for me. Hmm. So check her out. Yako also follow Ayeyi. Ayeyi and her team. They do some charity events and stuff. So, like, if you are interested and you would like to help, reach out to her through her page to support her. Okay, let me see. Where is this thing? All right, the next one, I'm trying to find pop up some videos, is our sister Obapa Belinda Ejare. Our sister Obapa Belinda Ejare, she has her African market to go get the best African food to support her. The store is known as B&B African Caribbean Market, which is located at 1163 Boston Road, Bronx, New York, 10456. So if you come from upstate, Connecticut or New Jersey to New York, Bronx, you just stop by Browns, go and get some food. Her store, she has a lot. Oh my God. When I go over there, sometimes I don't even know what not to buy. There are so many variety of things that you can get. So we can support our sister with that. And then we have Sister Sage Williams. Sister Sage Williams has her own website, whereas you can go and purchase some of her boutique clothing, authentic merchandise. If you go to sageshare.com to get some of these t-shirts, some of you have seen me wearing it, doing programs, exercising and stuff. I mean, her t-shirts, like I have washed them many times, dried them many times. It does not fade, the neck does not stretch out, it still look as good as new. Because there are some of the shirts I have worn more than twice and it's still in good condition. So we can support Sister Sage Williams by going to sageshare.com. When you go over there and you see the shirt, right? And you don't see, you see the design that you like, but you do not see the color that you want, please do not leave. Just order whatever it is that you need to order, how much you need, and then send your order. Your email is a must, your phone number is optional. There's a comment box over there. You can let her know the color of shirt that you're looking for. If you don't really know which color you truly want, you can ask her. She's good with selections. She can help you with the color that will look well on you. Well, through her, I realized that there are some colors that I never thought of, but when I put them on, I look good. So let's support our sister Sage Williams. By going to sageshare.com. Her customer service is awesome. I just got a package 2 days ago, uh, 2 or 3 days ago. I don't remember exactly when. It was it last Thursday? Actually, it was last week Thursday. So it's been more than 3 days. And like, I love my order. Like, I'm going to be, wearing them very soon. She sells creams, jewelries, dressing. The dressing is like, 85% of the dresses are like, one size fits all. The 15%, you have to be a particular size with 32 waist size to fit in and close it. If your waist size is more than 32, you will not be able to fit into the 15% of that clothing. Um, and then there's handbags, scarf, other accessories that you can get from there. The creams that sell over there, most of them have shea butter in it. Excuse me. Anything shea butter is like something that is productive. It works well, it soothes your skin, makes your skin feels nice and smooth. So I love her cream. Nana, can you look in the closet and bring me one of those cream? The color is burgundy. Okay. All right. Her customer service is fantastical. So let's go and support Sister Ayesha um, at sageshare.com. We also have, yes, okay, this is perfect. All right. So this is the Sages Share Body Butter, right? You open it, that's how it looks. See? It's nice, very nice. You take it, mm, mm, mm. Rub it on your skin. Nice, 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 nice. And then she has the hand lotion also. Like, she has the hand lotion that you can use to make your palms, feel nice and smooth. Because some people, oh my gosh, when they touch you now, you feel like their hands are so hard. Like, it can hurt your skin. Yeah, so it's like it's good to like have hand lotions, and rub it in your hands on a daily basis. It helps. Rami, what is happening with Rami? Okay, so let me see. I need to find a video. And then we have our sister and Angela Naba, sister Angela Naba, our 21st century next one. She does program on Facebook and YouTube. And her Facebook page and YouTube page is Angie's Talk. So go to her page, like her page, and subscribe her YouTube. Angie Talks, she focused mostly on our uh, mental health and wellness. She sometimes also go outside of that, because I mean, like, anything educative, is good for us to like learn different coping skills, different things, taking care of ourselves. We have some of our men, they never want to go to the hospital. I kid you not, like it's crazy how they do not want to go to see a doctor. They think that they're okay. Or sometimes I feel like they just scared. Most of our men do not see. They don't want to because they're scared. I don't know why. hmm I know a family member, she would take off and make an appointment to bring her husband to see the his physician, his general practitioner. Like it's crazy. I don't know. So we have our sister Obapa Nana Araba. She works with Challenge Enterprise of Ghana as a digital marketing officer. Their website is www.challengebookshop.com. Obapa Nana Araba, she, reach out to her. I mean, she is incredible. She does advertisement videos, like if you have a business or like you want to start a business or you want to promote something that you really want it out there. She is the it person. You reach out to her. You guys can talk about the payment and everything. Of course it's not free. So we need to support her, and I'm going to like have you listening to
Love to the max. Love is a beautiful thing. Why don't you visit us this month of love at www.challengebookshop.com? Get something on marriage, relationship, love, affection, parenting, family. You can get books like Answers for Your Marriage, 5 Love Languages, books on counseling. You can get storybooks for the kids. So visit us today at www.challengebookshop.com and enjoy love to the max.
Well, thank you, sis. We appreciate it. And so you have Safo Samuel Koso, and I come live on Saturdays. This yesterday because he has Easter convention, so we did not come live. But every Saturday at 3:30 US Eastern time, and then Ghana time 7:30 p.m. we come live for marriage lesson. So tune in every Saturday. Sometimes the topic is general topic. So as to whether you are single, you are 18 and up, or even like younger ones, there are some topics we talk about because we have spoken about peer pressure and other stuff. So you can also go to my page and you'll be able to see some of the previous videos discussion that we have had with Sofa Summer also. And then Sundays, which is the one I'm doing, is life issues, Abrabo Nsem. So on Sundays, the topic is open talk or like freestyle. We just, come and talk about anything. Like today, I came to talk about um, this video I saw on social media with the lady, just uh, giving her 3 children to her mother to raise because she found a new boyfriend who does not want children. So because of the man, she abandoned her children, failing to recognize that her action and everything transpire in front of her children, the emotional and the psychological uh, aspect, impact is going to have on her children. She didn't even act like she cared, because she said she's tired of it. She just wants to be left alone. She cannot have her children around her and stuff like that. For a mother to, like, really, I mean, it is very sad. This is some of the things. And then most of the time, I tend to talk about relationships a lot, coping skills, things we can learn to better ourselves, because everything stems on us. Whatever we decide to do in life, it impacts us and our loved ones, people closer to us. But sometimes some of us are very selfish. They don't really care. They don't have any empathy, compassion, none whatsoever. So they just do the things that suit their desires, right? I mean, desires are something that, to me, you can table that. You don't necessarily have to get it's something that you want, but you don't necessarily have to have it now. You can table that and do that in the future and stuff like that. But our need is the most important thing, right? Because and sometimes I will use water and McDonald's, right? I don't need to eat McDonald's food every time. It's something that is part of something you want, right? So whenever necessary, you can just drive over there and get that fast food for yourself. But our body is full of water. We need water to stay hydrated, right? When you dehydrate, you can die, right? But some people don't even, care about that. Some people, they feed into their desire more than their need, something that will sustain you. So some of us will go into unhealthy, toxic relationships or marriages because they desire something. Some people, what they desire is money. You want to Some people desire money, so they will date someone or marry someone who has money. Some of them are focused on material things. Some are focused on, how you may call it, um, property. Some are focused on other things that is just for the now, right? They don't focus on the future and stuff like that. So a lot of times, I mean, we can force people to be what they are not, but it's important for each and every one of us to very much so focus on us, right? And do better. Our choice of partner is very important. We can't just go up and, do this. And then also, like, coming soon to TikTok with with Arthur Hawks Y2A, which is the 2 year sister ya for the Atubra, our author by sister ya Boatima Boatin Russell, and hold on, uh, and moi, Adwa Odo Mensa. And our mission is to inspire and empower ourselves, each other, and others. That's our mission. So you guys, stay tuned. Make sure you follow all of us on Mama Ya. Her YouTube, her TikTok is Mama Ya, so ya can follow her. Mine is Adwa Odomensa, Saya Boatima, Boatin Wrestle. This way, when we start, we're going to start with individual videos, and then at some point, we will be together. We will come together and do programs. So I think you guys going to just love it. Next week, Saturday, I'm going to be live with Sister Ya for the Atubra on Facebook, YouTube, and we're going to be talking about healing from trauma. I believe last 2 weeks we did a program. Was it 2 weeks or more than 2 weeks ago? We did a program and some of our supporters, asked questions. They came out with some ideas of topics that we can talk about, and one of the topics was, healing from trauma. So we will come and talk about that. So you guys stay tuned for that. Very soon, we'll be bringing it to you guys live. Mhm. All right. So, Sister Ya, for the Atubra, our autobiography, she has written 5 books. And the first book is inspirational book. Um, the second, the first book is inspirational book, which is Reflection of My Thirsty Soul. The second book is my personal favorite. I love all her books, and is Beauty of a Woman's Heart. The third book is a devotional book, which is Reflection of My Worries. So, the fourth book is the number one bestseller at Amazon. Um, this is The Beauty of a Woman's Heart. When you go to her page, when you go to Amazon, this is what you will see: The Beauty of a Woman's Heart. Um, And her fifth book is My Unapologetic Self. So you can support her. You can support Sisaya for that Atubra.
Have you heard of Yafoda Atobra? She's an Amazon
That's
best-selling
our
author
sister
and has
from
5 books to
Canada.
her credit. She's the CEO of the Own It Academy, a book coach. Among the people she has coached is Ajua Odo Mensah Sasu of the Ajua Odo Talk Show, a Facebook live show. She has written a book which goes beyond the memoir titled Unveiling My Life, a guide to breaking free and reclaiming my life. Ya Boatima Boatin Russell, who has written Echoes of Ya BBR's Chronicles, an overview of self-discovery and building bonds. Why don't you contact Ya Foda Atobra today and get that book going?
Thank you, Obata Nanada. I'm going to play that again. So go get your copies, guys.
Have you heard of Ya Foda Atobra? She's an Amazon best-selling author and has 5 books to her credit. She's the CEO of the Own It Academy, a book coach. Among the people she has coached is Ajua Odo Mensah Sasu of the Ajua Odo Talk Show, a Facebook live show. She has written a book which goes beyond the memoir titled Unveiling My Life, a guide to breaking free and reclaiming my life. Ya Boatima Boatin Russell, who has written Echoes of Ya BBR's Chronicles, an overview of self-discovery and building bonds. Why don't you contact Ya Foda Atobra today and get that book going?
Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So that's it. Oh, all right. So, for my book, you can get a copy at Amazon. All the books, Sisaya for that to Sisaya, Boatma, Boatin Russell. You go to Amazon, you should be able to get the book, my book, Building My Life, a guideline to breaking free and reclaiming my life. Sister Ya, you guys can also follow her page as Auntie Ya's Book Corner Facebook page, and then her YouTube channel is Auntie Ya's Book Channel. Saturday, every other Saturday, she comes live at 11 a.m. MST time, and then 1 p.m. EST time. So this Saturday, which is April 6th, tune in, How to Heal from Trauma. Don't miss it. is going to be like awesome. Uh, and then remember, guys, tomorrow is April Fool's Day. It's April 1st. So don't allow anyone to trick you. Eh? Be alert. Some years ago, I got my father really good. he he tried to get back at me, but I'm always alert. Because of that, I'm always alert. When April 1st is around the corner, I always have it in my head. All right. So don't let anybody trick you or fool you tomorrow. Tomorrow is April 1st, April Fool's Day. I had a coworker, a former coworker, whose birthday is April 1st. The first time I found out, I thought she was just joking, right? Messing. I seriously, I thought she was just joking, but she's being real, for real, like seriously. And I was dumbfounded. I was like, "Your birthday is April 1st? My goodness, why you chose to come on April 1st?" But it is what it is, right? That's the day that she end up coming into this world. Um, but man, so be alert tomorrow, guys. Don't have anyone fooling you. Oh, uh-oh. I need my glasses. My eyes is itchy. All right. So I'm going back. Sister Sage Williams, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Easter to you as well. She said, Happy Easter, Sister Adua Odo, and the beautiful people on the platform. Happy Easter to you as well. Yeah, I know a lot of people went to church today. Please don't go to church and then come out and go and gossip on someone else or um, try to defraud someone, or hurt someone, harm someone, and so many other things. So I guess, oh, hold on. Just need to go back and put this on. Okay. So the topic today, like it was open talk, but the question I brought is that is it a grandmother's responsibility to raise her grandchildren because their mother is incompetent? To say the mom saying that the grandmother did not teach her how to be a mother. I didn't realize that it was our mother's job to teach us how to be a parent, because growing up I observed how my mother dealt with us. So that's part of the teaching moment. Or am I wrong? Like, because the things that I saw, I'm utilizing a lot of that in my marriage and raising my kids, right? I didn't grow up in a household with my parents where my parents did not flog me, like my uncle, one of my uncle did. That's why I say, like, being in this world, a family member flogged me senselessly, foolishly. I did not learn nothing out of that because there was no lesson in having to endure with pain. Because sometimes, corporate punishment, like when a child does something now, the best possible way for it to be effective, it's good to be a disciplinary parent. I'm very disciplined with my kids, but I don't use flogging and beating with them. We have a structure, consistent routine in our household. Like when, and I use this as an example because that's something that most parents will have a connection to. In this modern days, a lot of parents are raising their kids with iPad, electronics. So, like, if your child is used to using electronics, there has to be some type of expectation set. Like for K and I with our kids, because they have school Monday through Friday. So Monday through Thursday, they are not allowed to use their iPads. They're not allowed to do so because they have school the next day. But Friday comes, it's their field day because Friday and Saturday they don't have school the next day, so they can use their electronics to whatever time that they would like. They have their free time mixed in. So if they want to listen to music, watch the videos, or play games and stuff, it's their time. They are giving that. Saturdays, they have time that they use the electronics, do reading, and do their homework. If they do have homework that is due on Monday, by Sunday, they need to be done with the homework. If they need help, they can ask either myself or their dad or their cousins or their aunties to help out with them, whichever way they prefer doing. On Sundays, by 7 o'clock, they need to get off the electronics because by 9:30 they need to go to bed, right? So this is something that is working. Now, when we started this structured routine, our daughter, she thinks she's smart because sometimes she will use the iPad past the time that she's supposed to use to. What we did was that if she doesn't put it away, I'm not gonna say nothing. The other item is not gonna say nothing. But coming the next day, however long that she used, if she used half an hour, 30 minutes, or half an hour and 30, half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, is gonna come out of the time that she will get the next day. So which means she will have less time on her electronic rather than having the same time. So I we connect the behavior with the disciplinary action, right? So being that she did not want to lose any hours the next day, now when she use her electronics, she know the time she needs to use it for and when she needs to put it away. So their dad and I do not have to say nothing. That's how it is. So there's no need for us to flog them or because it doesn't make any sense. Why should we um inflict pain? Because me growing up with this uncle, particular uncle, when he flogged me, it's painful. Like when someone is beating on you, it's not a pleasant thing. It's painful, and it affects you emotionally, psychologically, because all you think about, like every time they do something wrong, they become fearful of you. No, we want our kids to be able to come to us when they having a hard time or they're going through things. They can come to us and talk to us about it. But when you talk about discipline, most African parents, for them, disciplinary is being flogged. That's how some of them understand because that's how some of them were raised. We have never put our hands on our children, never. And I'm loving it, right? Because this is something that I chose to do with my husband because I mean, like he has his share of flogging growing up, but for me, my parents who brought me to this world did not flog me as much as that particular uncle did. Okay, so let me see. The iPad has a lot of side effects, especially when it comes to kids. Oh, most definitely, especially if you do not have a structured routine. I mean, like I know it's comfortable for a parent, to give their child iPad and have the child go do whatever, and then they can be left alone and focus on other things. If you don't structure that child is going to stay on their iPad throughout the whole day if you don't do nothing about it. That's not healthy. They need to be able to also interact with people outside their iPad, right? Because you don't want the iPad to be their everything or a phone to be their everything. They need to be able, that's why it's good to teach our children social skills, how to interact with other people when they go to school, how to talk to people. Because at times, when you raise your children on electronics, on iPad, when they go outside now, it's very difficult for them to be able to kind of mingle with other kids or interact or have a conversation with them, because they used to being alone, being on their phone all the time. Some of them, you see them on the street, they don't even look where they're going. Even some parents, some adults, they do the same thing. Do not, I mean, it's good recreational entertainment things to have iPad in your home, because now electronic has expanded. But make sure as a parent that you set rules and regulations, whereas they can use it up to certain point, and then other times this is what they do. Like, we have family time, right? um we have I have me time, Kay have his time, the kids have their own time. When the kids have their time, I'm not going to call Nana Kwesi, come and fetch me water. Like, I have to get on myself, get up myself and go fetch me water, right? So it's like, when it's my time, they're gonna go to dad to ask dad for stuff. If it's their father's time, they come into me to ask me for things. We play games together, Uno, Monopoly, trivia, and so many other things. Sometimes the shows that they watch, I go and watch it with them, to make sure that they watching appropriate shows, right? With their iPad, their father has parental control on it. So there are some things on YouTube which is inappropriate that they will not be able to watch. I mean, me doing program and stuff, I know my kid sees me, because my sons, they like some of my videos and stuff. So it's like, the things that I'm talking about, I need to make sure it's appropriate and stuff. If I'm talking about sex education, I will put 18 and plus, depending the message that I'm sending. But they also, at their age, they get into the age whereas they're going to start dating very soon. So they need to be able to be provided some information, whereas they will protect themselves and not get caught up with the societal norm. I want my kids to be independent when it comes to decision making. And even if they be in pressure, they will still be able to have a rational mindset and make the right and safe decision, and not put themselves in a situation. Because when it comes to peer pressure, we do have some students, some youth, who are able to like convince their friends, oh, I'm having sex, and they haven't even tried that, they're still virgin, and they can talk their friends into having sex with adults, because of money, iPhone, and other things and stuff like that. And then they put themselves in a situation, and then their friend is still okay, and then they find out that they just talk about being sexually active, but they really not, right? So it's always important as parents for us to educate our children and embed them with a lot of wisdom and knowledge, whereas when they're not with you, they are able to make appropriate, safe choices. I don't want, like, I'm not going to be, most African parents are very strict, right? I am strict, but I'm strict to a certain level. Like, when my kids hit 18 and they want to date, I don't have a problem with that, right? Because like, when I was 18, I wanted to date. I didn't have that luxury to do that. So it's like, most African children, especially the ones who were born back home, here is different. They will have a boyfriend and they will hide the boyfriend. Why do you think that some children end up going missing, end up being killed? Because or end up being pregnant and abandoned, and the family do not know who got their child pregnant. You think, in America, most parents, like, by the time their child is pregnant, they already know who got their child pregnant because they know who their child is dating. But most African parents, you want to be so strict. You put fear in your children, and when they go into relationship or they start being sexually active, because some of them, they learn from their friends, they listen to their friends, they go on social media because they are married to their iPad. The parents don't even check on them, the things that the children are watching, and places that they go in. It's crazy out there. If you don't teach your children and have your children feel comfortable coming to you, trust me, they will make poor decision after poor decision after poor. Don't spoil your children. Don't be a mother, a parent who buys love. Like, I mean, my house, I have, like, my daughter, she uses this laptop, right? It's mine, but she uses it. I have iPad that she uses it. I think it's only Nanakasi who has his own iPad. His dad bought it for him because he's older. But like, mommy's only 18. And she's only 8. I'm giving her 5 more years. She's only 13. So it's like with her, the iPad is mine, but now she used I bought it. I never even used that iPad. She's always the one using it. But she knows it's mine. And then she uses the laptop to do her school work and stuff like that. Then they have their phone. The phone, they have their phone when they go out in the community. When she likes music a lot, she loves to dance also. So it's like, she listens to music. Music is a good sensory for the mind, body, and soul. So that's pretty cool. But when in terms, we have a structured routine and they need to follow it, because if they don't, they will lose some time off their electronic. But you do have some case 24/7. If you take that electronic away, they will go into tantrums and go into crisis, break things, and then later on they want a new one. I mean, if my kids, any one of them, break their electronic or my electronic, they're gonna have to work for it to get a new one, because they ain't gonna be getting anyone soon to replace it. I didn't break it. If they broke it, well, that's on them. When they cry, they're not gonna cry blood, because if it's something that they want, they truly, truly want, they will not damage it. So we have different parents. So for me, I'm not going to tolerate with that. I understand that you get upset. We all get upset, but learn to manage that, or use your words, to talk about it. But if you're gonna damage things, I'm not getting you a new one. Their dad is not gonna get them a new one. So that's something that we have established is solid. hmm Yep. So it depends on the parenting. With Malachi, 1 hour for morning when he is not in school, 1 hour after school. That is awesome. You always have to set clear expectations, Sajua. Sage Williams, thank you for educative program and the promo. Have a blessed week. Amen. You have a blessed week as well, sis. One of the side effects of iPad when it comes to kids is sleeping disorder, especially if they use it before sleeping. Almost definitely. I kid you not. Like, if you have your child holding on to that iPad and you want him or her to go to sleep, you bugging. They're gonna stay up till whatever time, till like at some point they get really tired and they fall asleep. So some kids may end up having 1 hour sleep, 2 hours sleep, even though you think they went to bed at 9 o'clock or 8:30, they've been on their iPad. So it's like it's not advisable for you to have your child, keep their iPad. Like some kids, they're very responsible. They will put it away, they will charge it and put it away. Our kids, they're very disciplined. They will charge it and put it away. When they need to put it away, they will not go to bed with that. That's like, I love my kids. Um, so that's how it is. Yes, it is. I'm live now, but I'm getting ready to go off. I talked about I saw a video on social media with a lady who had three children and she has a new boyfriend who does not want children. So she made a decision to bring her children to her mother, asking the children's grandmother to raise them because she no longer wants them. She wants to exploit her new relationship of a partner who does not want no children. So she drove off and left the three children in there. She made some she complained about her mother not teaching her how to be a parent. And I was surprised, like, we don't get taught how to be a parent, like growing up the way your mom or your father, your parents will raise you, or if it's a single home, how your mom or dad will raise you. Like you pick some of those up, right? And then you implement that in your own style. But this lady was blaming her mother. She's saying that she's tired. She no longer wants to be a mother. Oh, Nana Robert Okon Yamawapa, but welcome, love. In Love Broadway, welcome. So, like, she just left her children for her mom. And, I talked in terms of like the emotional and the psychological impact it will have on the children, because she said all this in front of her children, her three children, because of a man. And then we brought in a lady named Susan Smith. She's still in jail. She's eligible for parole this November coming, 2024. She drove into a lake and drowned her two children, 3-year-old and a 14-month-old, because of a man. She wanted to be with someone who does not want children. Like, it is just crazy. And then I move on to our kids, electronics at home, disciplining our children. Most Africans, they are more inclined when they hear discipline. The first thing that pops into their head is for them to flog the child or beat the child. But being a disciplined parent does not necessarily mean that you have to put your hands on your child. You can teach them skills, how to communicate effectively, how to express their feelings, how to self-regulate their emotions when they're upset. What are some of the things that they can do and say that will calm them down? Is going for a walk going to help? Listening to music, because music soothes us, right? It calms us down. If you are home, sometimes taking a bath or a shower can also calm a person who is mad or upset or enraged. It can calm them down. Some of them going to sleep will help them. Meditating, doing yoga, exercising. There are so many things that we can do to stay calm. The things that our children see in our home, if we are inconsistent, right? Our children are going to be inconsistent, because I am a more no parent than a yes. If I have to say yes now, you have to work for it. But most of the things, I will tell you no, because if I feel that it's not going to be beneficial. So some parents, they will say maybe. When you tell a child maybe, they hear maybe, to them is a yes. So it's either you tell them yes or no. But some parents, they can't even say no, because some kids, the word no could be a trigger for them. They will have a temper tantrum, break things, damage things, so they don't want to say no. They walk on shelf, which is like crazy. So that's what it is. Okay. So Rami said, I one time gave Malachi iPad. All I saw is he was playing Shakawale's song. I see. So he likes Shaka. Wow. I don't agree with that. Like, parenting, like, why would you ever give your child away to another person just for your personal things and say it is their fault? Your kids are more important. I'm telling, like, it's. I was dumbfounded. I mean, like, really, because she said she was tired being a single parent. She uh find this guy, she's attracted to. She wants to be happy because she hasn't been able to have time for herself. So she stated that, she does no longer want her kids. She wants the grandmother to raise her children because her mother did not do well with her. The mom was like, I took care of you and your siblings, and she was not having it. She just drove off and left her three children with the grandmother. And I think she did that because she knows that her mother is not going to abandon her grandchildren. But the fact that she's leaving her children to be with a man, I mean, that is a red flag for me. It could be something else for somebody, but for me, that's a red flag because the man knows that you have children, but he's telling you that for us to be together, your children cannot be part of it. I cannot see myself abandoning my children and bringing my children to my mother to raise them, because when I decided to have sex and have kids, I did not go and talk to my mom about it. So how is it my mom's responsibility? That's not my mom's responsibility. So it's like, I was like, wow. I mean, for an iPad, the kids has to be regulated, yes, and also regulated the contents they will see is the most important, because it will infatuate their behavior and emotions and likings. Correct, correct. Bam, 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 bam. Thank you for saying that. I mean, like, to tell you the truth, there are some parents, they don't even have that mentality, right? How is everything that their children are doing is going to affect them in some way. Some kids are married to their iPad. Some case you take their iPad for 2 seconds, your whole house is going to be like, a lot of things are going to be messed up because they're going to damage everything. They're going to break everything. And then the worst part, when you give them the iPad back, they will slam the iPad and break it. But then the next second, they want you to go buy them a new one. I can't have that because those stuff are expensive, especially the ones that play video game Nintendo Switch. That Nintendo Switch, the games cost a whole lot. And then your child breaks it because you chose to take it away. Mm-mm, mm-mm. It's crazy, oh. It's crazy. Kids have to learn the word no. Thank you. I feel the same way. I feel the same way. You have to. That's why I say more no than yes. Because if you are a yes parent all the time, oh my gosh, you're not doing a favor to your child. You're not teaching your children anything, because when they go outside in the community or they go to school and places, they're expecting everybody to say yes. But the real world, we don't get everything we want all the time. So it's always good to teach your child some principles, morals, and for them to be able to control their emotions. Because, hey, when things are happening, you cannot think rationally. When you're upset, when you are mad, when you are angry, when you are jealous, envious of something, like, listen, kids needs to learn how to accept no. But some parents are more yes, they 99% yes. I can't do that. I'd rather that my children learn through things, because they're not gonna have it like that out there. I don't want my children, being jealous of somebody's personal things. They have their personal things, but there are a limitation that they need to have. So you so right. Kids have to learn the word no, and the parents have to also have the bravery to say no, because it's called basic parenting. And I'm glad I was raised right. That the word no was loudly against me. Bless. Thank you. Like my parents, like you can't just have things like that. We have a lot of parents that it feels like the children are the parents and the parents are the children. They cannot say no to their child because that child is going to have a temper tantrum. So they are fearful of what's going to happen. I mean, you're not doing that child any favors. It's a red flag for the me as well. Okay. Oh, hold on. Ferry Desi said, I was not raised with electronics. I was mostly raised without them. And that I really cherish because I got my first phone at 10. I was already disciplined from the start and I learned self control. Wow, that's incredible. Me too. I mean, I'm from the 70s, so I was not raised on an electronic as well, and I got my first phone. I kid you not, I did not have a phone in high school. I got my first phone when I was my first year in college. That's when I got my first one. So like that's crazy. And I'm glad that you were raised and you learn self-control. Self-control is one of the coping skills every person needs to have. You have to control your emotions. You have everything that is going within you. You have to pause and think it through. But a lot of people, they are so rational. They everything. They don't even take time to think through as to whether they right or not. Like, oh, it's crazy. Mm. It is really sad that having a phone will influence their like social life and personal life because you have to kid a phone. Why? Because they will be really left out. I know, like, I mean, hmm, it's crazy. Oh. When you get your child a phone, I mean, like, whew, I, I think my daughter was 10 when she had a phone, and the second son was 12 when he had a phone. And normally, when they go to school, their dad would tell them they need to turn off the battery saver because we need to know their location, should in case. And this happened because there was one time I had a scary moment. We had a scary moment because our daughter was being dropped off. Well, she would go to school via school bus and be dropped off via school bus. So I was home and I didn't work that day. And Kay and I went out to pick our daughter up. Our son was already home. He didn't have school that day. And when we went, there was an African store like 3, 4 blocks up. So we got there early and we drove up there. I should have dropped my husband off and come back to the bus stop, but I stayed there for a while and we missed the time like 2 minutes or 3 minutes. But then when I came, I saw some parents with their children. I didn't see my daughter. And then I tried to call her phone. She had her phone off. It goes directly to voicemail. And then I call her school, trying to get the school to find out from the bus driver if he's bringing our daughter back to the school so we can drive to her school to pick her up. And when I call, the guy put me on phone. I'm trying to call my husband, and his phone keeps going directly to voicemail. And here I was freaking out. And the place that they get dropped off, there was a poster over there stating that 2 girls were kidnapped around that area. Now, can you imagine? As a mother, I can't see my daughter, and I can't get hold of everybody. I was frantic. So finally, the guy came on and he was like, the driver said, our daughter told her that it's okay, she can get off. So he dropped our daughter off without any of us being there to pick her up. So we didn't know where she was at. I saw my husband walking down. I panicked. I started screaming. I was like, hey, you have to hurry up. I don't know where our daughter is. Where's my daughter? Get my daughter. Like, I was going crazy. So at some point, I guess she walked home. I didn't even know that she has that ability to do so. And when she got home, because our son was home, he let her in and he was like, what are you doing here? Where's mom and dad? And she was like, they were not there. And she has cried. I guess she was scared because she didn't see any of us. So she had cried so much, her eyes were like red. And then our son asked her to call us. So she called my phone. And as I was speaking to some one of the personnel from her school, I told her she's calling me. So I hang up on him and I picked up. And I was so scared. I was like, where are you? She was like, I'm home. I was like, how did you get to the house? She said, I walked. And then she stated that a lady who knows my husband helped her cross the street. So from there, she came home on her own. And the way the way the streets are, if you're not careful, you can get hit, right? Because like there's like multiple street in one of the area. And how she managed to get home, I had no idea. God loves us. And my heart just went down from that time when I heard that she was at home, and she was crying because she thought that she was in trouble. Man. So we got home. When we got home, the first thing I did was to her, I hugged her so tight. I was shaking. So their dad, like he put an app, they call it 360. They have different things. You can pay for month for different ones. So that 360 tells us their location wherever they are. But like if they put their battery saver on, it disabled that app. So it's like, when they're going on trips, their dad will prompt them, okay, when you're going on the trip, you can turn on your battery saver, but coming back, you need to turn it off so we will know your location to pick you guys up, or to know if the time you're supposed to be home, you're not home. We can locate you guys to come and pick you guys up. So it was crazy, Charlie. Like being in my heart was on my foot because I thought somebody took my child. Oh Lord Jesus. So you definitely right. The phone things, it's okay as a parent to get your child a phone at certain age, but we need to be mindful. Like we have to teach our kids. They need to be receptive to no, hearing the word no, without them going off or throwing a temper tantrum or like being difficult. But they will have to have a phone, but it should, because it's hard because I know iPhone sometimes be changing our words. I don't like that when you text something and you change your words, some of your words. I don't like that because it might go out of control and turn into addiction. Yes, most of the children nowadays are addicted to their iPads and phones. You can take it off from their hands, they will go off on you. Rami says some people becomes obese for watching too much TV and iPad because they don't do activities, they don't move around. Wow, an insanely scary experience. If I will be in your position, I will be a mad scared. I will be mad scared. I also have same experience with my mother and father. It was insanely scary. I thought I lost them. I lost hope. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I mean, like when your loved one goes missing and you don't know where they are, Charlie, I wouldn't even wish that on my worst enemy. That day, like I was so scared, my eyes were popping out. Even my husband was trying to calm me down. I was like, "Where's my child? You need to get me my child back. Like, where is my?" And I was screaming on top of my lung in the community. People were looking at me like I was crazy. I was in such pain. My whole body was numb, and I didn't know where my daughter was. Like I felt it. So it's just the worst feeling. So I never want to feel like that. So like them having phone and that app on their phone is just a reliever for us to be able to know. Sister Yishankra, we welcome you. So it's a whole lot. Mommy, Mama Trevor, welcome. Yeah, so you man, I don't know what you went through, like with your parents going missing is crazy. I have a family member like whose mom went missing and they haven't been able to find her up to date. They don't know like what's happening. It's been a long time, so I don't know how. Like it is just crazy. But I was very happy. We found our daughter, and we were dumbfounded that she was able to walk home on her own, and she literally took the same route that her dad will walk with her to come home. So she has photographic memory, whereas she used the same way. She didn't stop anywhere. Thank God, because I have the best kids. They very cultured, they very disciplined. Like, they don't bother anybody. So it's it was great. Hi, Rami.
Kasaja, Nasa.
Let me have me who you know where.
Oh, yes, I don't say, yeah, that's the thing of the Nash that on Yakupon said.
Amen.
Wait there. Oh, I know what kind a lot of things need to be here. Only, but just some person can be big to me.
Okay.
They say, one time, Malachi.
Yeah.
Or was share closer to me. Mission is I mean, so I was closer.
Oh, wow.
This are your guy. Maybe share Makuma, Jai. And I'm your balcony. So it's a big issue of jump up or share balcony. But share Makuma coming at a time. What was I host that you are looking at all show the lawyer? Pick up, I see you. Makuma, Jai, Saja.
Oh my God.
Oh, Casanara, me say, a barbitina, I say, we also make a show. Jai, this is your Jai Makuma, means me, yes,
That's crazy.
We shouldn't be, when you said you were jumping back on you. This is your Jai. After Makuma, we are a pick up.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible. Like that's scary.
Yeah, Grandma said, take it.
Thank you, Rami, for sharing that. I'm gonna read the remaining comments and then I'll be out of here. Thank you so
and
much.
And me uncle, so we share family in our platform, so we share right. All right. Yami, come on.
Amen. Bye.
Yeah, okay.
It's crazy when you have your loved one missing. It is the worst feeling ever. I mean, sometimes, a lot of times, people don't understand some of the things that we experience, but like for a mother or a family member, like to abandon your own flesh and blood, that's crazy. And even adult, when we have older parents, right, and you call them and you can't get hold of them now, it's scary. It's really scary. So we just have to be mindful. I mean, if you have a child, at what age should parents buy phone for their children? it's going to be different for everyone because that's how we are, right? We all different, but like, is it helpful to uh, have, let's say, a 5-year-old with a phone? I don't think. I think it's too young. iPad, like sometimes they have their show, like children shows, sing along songs, educative programs and stuff like that. But have them watch it for a short period of time. It's not for the whole day, because sometimes they say like, we kids nowadays are being raised as, electronic children. Some parents, if their child cough, they have to get them something because they bind their children love. I don't know. Uh, Also, Ver DC, I hope I'm saying your name right. I understand what you went through. Charlie, traumatizing. It is trauma, but they did come back, and wow, I was really grateful and just so blessed, and I was crying profusely and just hugging them as hard as I can. Very traumatizing. I hear where you're coming from because I was traumatized earlier that day until I heard my daughter's voice. Then I was able to calm. And my husband, like, even earlier, my husband was trying to calm me down. I was like, don't bring me my child. I'm with him. And I'm blaming him for like my child. Sister Aisha, you want to talk? Okay, hold on. Let me put you on speaker. Sister Aisha, welcome.
Oh, thank you, Sister Long. And happy Easter.
Happy Easter to you as well. What brought you on?
When you were talking about when a child go missing or how the parents or they feel.
Yeah.
Recently, one of my friends, the son is about 23, but he's on the spectrum.
Okay.
And they go to, because he's 23, they go to the play center. It's like a center for older children.
Okay, for recreation.
Less able to do. Yeah. So that's where he normally goes in the morning, and they bring him in the car in the evening. But on that fateful day, the school took them to a church.
Okay.
For a church activity, and they had to go back.
Mm-hmm.
And can you believe the van left without a child?
Oh my God! They didn't do hair count.
No, I don't know what happened.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
It was a serious. The police came in, so many social services, everybody was on it. We were all running around the area. You know what happened? He doesn't speak, so he understands a bit. And the same routes they used to pick him with from the place, it takes about 40 to 50 minutes.
Okay.
Walk. And the guy did the same thing to the center to go and stand near the door and wait for them. And they were around looking for him. He was nowhere to be found.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
And I don't know how he followed the group
to come
to
home.
Walk all the way. No, he didn't go home. He went to the center. Because he doesn't know his parents to the house.
I see.
And he used the same bus route, but he was just walking.
Holy cow.
And when they went, the hands were all frozen and the guy was shaking. He was wearing a proper jacket, So we asked, what's happening to services? What happened to the center? They had to the police had to come in, then file a report, and they had to come home to sit down with the parent. And the man said he wanted to see them, and we talked about it. They said, listen, definitely your child will go there again.
Yeah.
For the benefit of the guy, it's human error.
Yes.
And even the person looking after the child, they are even exhausted already.
No, that's true.
So it can happen. So let's give them the benefit of the doubt and don't take it further. And let the school give you a letter to promise you that they are going to look after the child.
Well, that's right.
So you go and back up. So when your child goes missing, it wasn't my child, it was a friend's child. But on that day, I just left home even without a jacket, going around, seeing whether he knows the route to my house.
Wow.
And he knows my dog. So I was thinking maybe he's around somewhere outside or everybody, we were calling everybody, look here. We nearly went on the internet By the time the police were just, and if you haven't experienced that, you don't know what the police can do or not. Because you might think they are going to do something extraordinary about it. They'll tell you they can't do much. They have to wait and look.
That's right.
The only thing they can do.
Yeah.
And it was like they are not doing nothing. So we were all over the place, running around. Oh. And lo and behold, the teacher, one of the teachers called and said, he's standing at the door waiting for them. The door is locked.
My gosh, that's scary. And like,
that was scary.
Oh, you said something about not being joke. It's not a joke at all.
It's not a joke at all. It's not. The experience, even if it's not your child or somebody you know, you get scared.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was imagining if it is me. That was what came to my mind. Imagine if it is me. What am I going to do?
That's right.
It's not an easy joke.
Yeah.
But with God, all things are possible. And some of the children too are very clever, and they know what even if they don't talk what they talk or whatever. Even
her line is like.
But you think you work with.
Oh Lord, the lines. Sorry, guys, her line.
Yeah, so it's like that. Yeah, don't worry, the line is bad.
Okay, so continue, sis.
Yeah. So that's why I'm saying the neurotypical children, they even themselves, they have their own problems when it comes to they go missing.
Yeah.
But some of them are very good. They can use the same route. You walk with them all the time.
Yeah.
And get back to their destination. Because the world is a different place now and it's scary.
Most definitely, yes.
Yeah, because in England, 5 people have been killed on the same spot recently.
Oh my God.
And it looks as if they don't want to make it like it's a serial killer or what, I don't know. In the Thames, they find 5-year-old was even there.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
So you don't know what's happening. Yeah, it's very horrible.
And tragic.
And it's scary.
Oh. Condolences to the family.
Yeah, and happy Easter to all your listeners.
Thank you so much. Happy Easter to you as well and your family. Okay. I mean, like, I know that day I was beside myself because Kay was trying to calm me down, but I was screaming on top of my lungs. I was like, I want my child right now. Get my daughter for me. I was going crazy out of my mind because, and her face kept popping in my face because I'm looking at the poster with 2 missing child. And then I don't know where my daughter is. I almost like, it was crazy. And as you know, Veridisi said, it's traumatizing because my goodness, that day there, it was the worst day of my life. And I was so happy when my son, for him to ask her to call us, that was huge because I didn't even think that he had that mentality because at the time he was 10 and she was 8, right? Oh. And for him to say, you gotta call mommy and daddy, like, and then when she called, she was crying because she thought she was in trouble. But the hug I gave her, oh my gosh, $1 billion hug. I was so happy to see my daughter.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So when your child goes missing or your child goes into a program, just like what happened to your friend's child, and they leave that child. I mean, you going. I used to work in a residential place. Before we leave, we always count the kids. We always count to make sure we have every single person. And then we have one person will walk through the aisle because of Home Alone. I'm not sure if most of you seen the movie Home Alone 1, whereas they counted head, but it was a neighbor who was there in Kevin's place. So they thought they have everybody and they left Kevin behind. So we would do the count and then we will have a staff also walk through if we're in a van to make sure that each kid is the kid that we're supposed to have before we leave the place.
It's nice. It's all by grace,
Yeah, most definitely. Thank you so much for sharing, Sister.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Let me leave you so that your listeners
no problem. So you chilling, huh?
Yeah, I'm just at home today.
No problem. So thank you for coming on. Much love to you always.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
That was our sister Aisha Ankara. So RLGC said your daughter was blessed by God. She was really blessed by God, and God gave her hope and the strength to go through. Most definitely. I was dumbfounded when she found her way back. Kay was just we both were like surprised. We didn't even know she had that knowledge. She was 8 years old, and we didn't think she would be able to find her way. Is it 8 or 7? I think she was younger than that. This happened, let's see, 13, 6 years ago. She was 7 years old, and Nana was 9. She was very young, so we didn't think she can find her way home, not knowing that every day when her father picked her up, the place that they walk, she explained, she told us how she got home. She walked the same path how they cross the street. She did the same thing. My gosh, these kids, everything we do, they watch. Oh, they mimic. They register. Some of our kids, they register everything in their head. So don't think that they don't know what is going on. Emmanuel, God is with us. Amen. And Sister Aisha, and Sister Love. When I hear Sister Love for there, you make me feel so loved. Um, right, it says, I was rolling around in my bed, just crying and just praying to God, just for me to have them with me. Charlie, let me tell you, when you have a loved one missing, it don't matter how old they are. It's traumatizing because the unknown is more scarier than what you know, right? It's crazy. And I'm sorry you have to go through that and experience that, but I'm happy that both of your parents came home. And because sometimes we don't know what we have until we lose it. And I have watched programs like ID channel, Discovery channel, investigation channel, like, and uh, some of the things that I have seen, how some people's family end up going missing, right? Being kidnapped, being violated, being killed. And sometimes, like stuff like that. And then you have someone missing, you have a lot of things going through your head. It's crazy. I mean, as I said, I wouldn't even wish that feelings on anyone, even my enemy. And Sister Aisha said that experience is not a joke. When there are some things you cannot even joke about it. Um, my mom and dad are the things I most cherish in this world, and maybe later a child, but I will do anything for all my loved ones. Amen and amen to that. God bless your heart. DC. I hope I'm saying your name right. If not, forgive me, please. Um, Saisha said that experience is not a joke for sure. I have been pretty sad for a couple of years because my mom and dad have divorced, and that was also really traumatizing. I am so sorry to hear that. I know like sometimes you have adults, some parents when the longer they've been together, they grow apart, right? Sometimes you love someone so much, it becomes the love that you have for them is no longer romantic. So when they have a differences, it tears them apart. But as long as, every child wants their parents to be together. When divorce come along, it's very hard. It takes a toll on the children. Some parents don't even put in account how their breakup, their divorce is going to affect their children. But majority of the time, it's always important to bring the children in or the child in to have a productive or constructive conversation and have the children understand. We know that you're not happy that we're no longer together, but we're going to love you the same way. The time that you will spend with the parent who is now absent in your life is never going to be the same. No matter how you spend it, it's never going to be the same. But they need to be there, even through phone calls or video calls. That is helpful and stuff like that. So um, it's always hard, when you have parents that divorce. I mean, for me, I God loves me so much. I mean, I think I have been blessed so many ways in that, like, my parents have are still together. They've been together for over 50 years, and they both still alive. Not everybody have a like that. I am appreciative with everything that I have. I love my parents. My mom cooks for her grandchildren, cooks for myself, and things that I said to my mom that I like, she will cook for me. She will cook stuff for Kay and myself, like this today. As yesterday, I was talking to her on the phone, and she talked about she wanted to make bezidi for one of my nephews, and he said no. So she was like, so I brought the ingredients home. I was like, oh, you could have just cooked it and call me, and I'll come pick it up for um my kids. And she was like, no problem. Let me just go. I'm thinking my mom is gonna make it some other time. Yesterday, I was at my baby sister. My mom calls me. She was like, oh, the big ZD is ready. You can come pick it up. I was like, what? I was like, Mom, I'm gonna get my hair done. And by the time I'm done, you and dad will be sleeping anyway. So I'll pick it up Sunday morning when I'm doing laundry. So I went and picked it up, and I brought it home. Kay put it in the oven to warm it up, and that's what they have some of that for this afternoon. So it's like, it's always like incredible to have your parents together, but sometimes some parents do grow apart, and at times the best possible way to have a healthier home environment, you may not see it as something that is a norm because you used to growing up with your both your parents. But at times, if they continue to stay together because of the children, because some parents stay together because of their children and they become bitter, uh, then they better off, separating and going their way. But I'm sure, Veronica, they love you the same way. The love that they have for you has not changed. And it's also good to talk to your parents about how you're feeling. But it is traumatizing for uh, so many children when their parents separate at times. The way it takes a toll on you. So just do talk to them about it, and also have understanding where they coming from and why the divorce came about. At times it's for a good cause, other times it's just misunderstanding and where they coming from. So um and you have a lot of knowledge, you're very mature. So from everything that you have gotten from your parents, I think you'll be okay. Yeah. Even in your relationship or, your marriage, you'll be fine. But do talk about things that are still not sitting well with you, with them being on their own. Rami say, oh my God. Oh my God. God is, yeah, straight up, mommy. Uh, Jesus, Jesus, Rami. So and that's why experience is always the best teacher. Most definitely, like when you experience things, like our kids, like when they go out, we tell them, make sure your battery saver is off. We have them charge the phone 100% before they leave home. So overnight, they charge the phone when they get up in the morning. I will normally unplug it if, like, because I don't want them falling asleep and leaving it on charger throughout the night. So in the morning when they wake up, they have an hour and a half before we leave the house. They can charge it and make sure that their phone is fully charged. I have just discovered that that my dad was upset with their marriage 2 years after first marrying, but was kept together because of me. Wow. So your dad really, really, really truly loves you. And sometimes, it's also important because, some parents they get married not just because they love each other. They get married because they have a child together. Sometimes, decisions that some parents will make uh, can be hurtful to their child. Like, I mean, you can have a child with someone and be a father and be a mother without having to marry to the person, because then the both of you or one of you is going to be suffering. So now, to discover that, how did that make you feel? Like, did you talk to them about it, how it made you feel? And stuff like that. Hey, Charlie, I'm getting ready to go, and you just brought up a good topic to discuss. So, Rami Nana Martin said, Adra baby, please tell mommy to send me benku and okra. Well, Mate, I will let her. My mom can cook. My mom can cook anything. That woman, she cooks like she's cooking for an event. I tell you, shoot. I went to her house to get the big CD. When I got to the house, she has soup sitting on the stove. She has white rice with chicken stew, and then she has like fish that she fried. Like, she has benkun that she made, um and then she has kenke that she made. Like, and her kenke, ooh, you can bite your tongue when my mom, she's amazing. Mm. Okay, tell. I realize. Yeah, I know the iPhone sometimes it changes the wording, so it's okay. I miss my husband, pal, Osofo. Don't worry, Osofo will pop up next week. Well, so I'm gonna leave you guys here. If I don't leave, we will sit here till tomorrow. I don't want that. The conversation today, I love it. Paradisi, thank you for your productive contribution and also sharing some of your personal stories with us. I truly enjoy your contribution and also sharing your personal um, story. Um, Join me next week. Every Sunday I come live, at noon US Eastern Time. Ghana time will be 4 p.m. And then on Saturdays with Sofa Samuel Kuso, I come live at 3:30 US Eastern Time. And then that will be for 7:30 Ghana time to tune in. When you come on, you can share your views on what we're talking about. If you like to come through to be part of the conversation, I can send you the StreamYard link for you to be part. You can call me via, oh, today, wait, you can call me via, um, what happened today? I didn't put the thing. Oh, shoot. I can't believe this display. You can call me via my WhatsApp number during the live video, because sometimes you have people like when you're done they calling if I'm off social media, I'm no longer doing program and you calling me, unless I'm very very close to you, I'm not picking up. Mhm. Because I put that number up for the program for you to come and speak, uh, share your opinion. Brother Kwame Omari, where did you go? You with Tonga. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm joining. So tune in, Saturday, Sundays. I'm off on weekends, so weekends you will see me here. During the weekdays, I have my job and other priorities. So first I used to come Fridays, but no more. So the Fridays, life issues, Abrabo Nsem is Sundays, which is I'm doing now, and Saturdays with Suffer Some also is marriage lessons. But most times we talk about general topic. Every once in a while we talk about marriages. So as to whether you single, you never want to get married, whatever, there's every lesson in every teaching moment. So you guys tune in. Thank you guys so much for your time and your contribution. Those who like the program, love the program, share their constructive contribution, invited friends. I love each and every one of you. One love always. So next week we will meet again. Um, until then, y'all have a blessed, safe week, right? Take good care of yourself and your family. Love you always. You know, Rami says, God bless you, Ajo, baby. Love you till death. Love you too. Okay. Thank you, Sadra, for always having time to talk to me. I'm lucky to have you. No problem. So you guys take good care of yourself, okay? Much love to you, brother Kwame Omari. So you guys take care of yourself and your family. Be safe. Always prioritize yourself first, all right? Don't worry about what other people says, and we always need to love our loved ones and take care of them. Until then, see you next week. Take care. Bye. One love. Sister Aisha, thank you for coming through. Thank you, everyone. If you came or I did not acknowledge you, forgive me. It's not intentional. I thank each and every one of you. Okay, bye.